Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Cole, and I'm joined today with the immensely bearded and glorious one.
Hey guys, Neymett here. Let's talk about relics. All the relics. Beautiful relics. She's beautiful. She's perfect. She's a model. Cole could walk out onto the stage with that relic and everybody would say, your smile is beautiful.
Yes, but some relics are walking out there and are the first to go home, and they aren't getting a Miss Vanjie outro. So we're going to be talking in this video about tooting and booting the final version of the Shadowbringers relic weapons, either giving them a rating of being hot or rot in appearance. And we're going to really be going through why we also think that way. So, in other words, we are going over which weapons are hot and which ones are a complete rot. In more common terms, which weapons look great and thus are hot, and which ones are, well, at least for one instance, a rotting stick that you probably found in the forest rotting, so rot. Absolutely inspired by Bussy Queen's Hot and Rot series and tooting booting with Rasha and Raven, which I immensely enjoy. Certain exceptional weapons are, however, going to be getting an exceptional unique rating though, so be sure to stick around to hear those. Timestamps are in the description to zip to whatever relics you want to hear and see about and get our opinion on. We have been on that grind, and so we are just about at a full collection here, but we are missing a few pieces of which we have kindly been given permission to use from my friend Desperius, who, if you haven't seen their channel, you should check out for some of the best Final Fantasy XIV content out there.
Before we get into it, there is a necessary disclaimer here.
So, before I talk about any of the relics with Neymett, I sincerely love the Final Fantasy XIV developers, and I have so many great things to say about them, as is evidence all over this channel. All of these weapons are stunning, and obviously a lot of work and time and dedication went into each and every single one of them. Even if I do not like a weapon, it is not intended as quote-unquote shade or to be nasty or spiteful or in any way. I love our devs and appreciate their work, as does Neymett. They are blissful and we're thankful for them. And to be quite honest, regardless if we like a weapon or not, the level of detail in even the weapons I genuinely dislike, which I'm going to be raising a few, is undeniable. These are some of the most intricate, elaborate designs of any MMORPG weapons ever, actually game weapons in general, and I stand by that 100%. Now, mushy but very necessary disclaimer out of the way, let's rip this off. So our first weapon is the Dark Knight, and we are going to try and fangirl less than our first recording here, so this is going to be a little bit more brief, but basically looking at the detailing of this weapon, you can tell that the developers spent so much time, care, and effort in the detailing of this. It's like you have the pommel with like the Susanoo hair all the way down through the hilt. The hilt actually kind of looks like a softer leather material. Stop running through my character. People are going to complain in the comments. But you even have like this messed up metal through like the handle, and then you have it all the way going down through the handle all the way to the blade, which is just this like warped like texture here that is like blue void messed up with the metal. Like it looks like this sword was like dipped into like darkness and like warped and corrupted. Not to mention you have like the texture work with like the dints, the dings, the dangs, the whatever else. Like there's chips on it. It's like the texture of this is incredible, just sheathed. And feel free to interrupt me anytime if you have something that you want to add. But pulling it out.
Honestly, like when you're playing Dark Knight, what you want is a giant sword. And this is certainly that. You have a gigantic curved greatsword, of which there's not many. Most of the swords in game are not curved. So this one's unique. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's got this beautiful glowy effect to me. That honestly, that's like it was like a really cool, like celestial weapon of darkness. Like I could see, like I don't know, someone like flying through space with this thing, like slicing up mind flayers, you know, killing Lovecraftian monsters. Like that's beautiful. I love it.
And see, to me, this is giving me like Bleach. I grew up watching Bleach, reading Bleach, the manga, and so this is giving me like Ichigo Zanpakuto. What was it called? Like Zangetsu vibes. Like this looks like I'm gonna like Getsuga Tensho people, and I am living for this. This is like one of the coolest things I have ever seen for any weapon, and I mean it when I say that. Like, let's pull out the Cronus, because I think that it's just like when I got the Cronus, I'm just like, nothing is going to be able to compete with this. Period. End of discussion. End of story. Like, this is incredible weapon. This is the kind of weapon that with this armor set makes people's jaw drop, even if they don't play games at all. Like, this is incredible. And so, moving back to the actual point of the content, because we're trying to re-record because fangirl too much, this stands on its own 2 feet against it. And this is so good. Like, it's like I looked at the Stormblood Relic, I'm like, Cronus is better. And it never got used by me. Flat out. Whereas this stands toe to toe and is so good. Just a warped meta with the like glowing effects. The glowing effects are punchy. They are in your face. Like, this is a weapon that will stand out in any alliance raid that we have in game right now. This is something that's like, oh, like the Rothguard's using the massive like greatsword. It's just like, it will stand out anywhere. This is so good. I have nothing bad to say about this. This is the first weapon we're covering, and this is a shoot, and this is like the best rating. Like, this is hotter than hot. This is like burning flames of darkness good. Like, I have no complaints about this weapon. This is going to be used excessively by me in future content. You can count on that, and people are going to like check in a year. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a shoot. Definitely a shoot.
It's so good. And so a shoot, just for everyone, is like hotter than hot. Like, it is like the highest that we can give. And like, people are gonna check me in a year on like Dark Knight guides for Endwalker, and they're gonna be like, is he actually using this? You're gonna be so right. I am in love with everything about this. So let's move on to our next weapon. So we're talking about the Gunbreaker here, and I'm going to let you do the intro. Like, let's talk about the textures before I even draw out the weapon.
Oh, absolutely. So this is one of my favorite weapons. The Gunbreaker Gunblade here that you get is just beautiful. It is very, very sleek. Yeah, the textures are very well done. It has this beautiful inscription on the blade.
Mm-hmm.
It's got numerous triggers. It is just all around a beautiful weapon, and honestly, it looks really badass. Like, I could see some cool like mecha warrior holding this thing. It is just that neat.
It is insanely cool.
I think you could have like a bigger one of this, and you could have like some like Gundam holding it. Like, it's cool.
Oh my god, absolutely. And heck, even talking about the triggers, like, there's literally a red trigger on like the handle, and then there's like another one down here, or I think that's a trigger. I think that might be like to pull cartridges. It's this is so cool just based off of the texture alone. Like, I would use this even if it had no glow. So now pulling it out, just let's go into the darkness.
Glowy. It's beautiful. Look at those crystals. Look at those cartridges. What more do you want? Like, honestly,
yeah,
it's one that I love. I don't have this one.
Fire.
I'm going to be farming this out next. It is amazing, and yeah, honestly, like, one of the reasons I love it is it just feels like it's like, I don't know, like everything is just right on it. It's just very tastefully done. It's not like too over the top, not too crazy. Like, it is over the top. It's like it's a relic weapon, but it's not too much. I like it. Yeah. It's cool.
Which I think is something that we actually face with the ultimate weapons, is where it's like so much that I actually don't like a lot of the ultimate weapons. Which, I mean, I'm not trying to like offend anyone with that. It's just so much that it is over the top. But this is like excessively over the top. Like, you literally have your cartridges on blue fire. Like, this is over the top by any standard, or even the handle. Like, oh my god, like, look at the detail of that. That is incredible. And the texture's moving underneath for anyone who's watching the video. Like, this is just, it's beyond words. It's like you have the little line here that's going up to the text. You have the different lines, the decals here. You have it going into like this flowing like tidal text here. It's even the crystals, the floating crystals remind me of like cartridges, which is cores. The Gunbreaker's actual rotation is like reloading and spending cartridges, and I'm like, breathtaking. I love this. Yeah. I love everything about it.
It's beautiful.
And
it's a shoot.
Oh, it's an absolute shoot beyond words. In fact, since it's a gunblade, it's actually shooting all of the other weapons. It's just like it's very hard to compete with this. This is so insanely good. I have nothing but good things. And one thing I should say before I move on to the next weapon is, like, Neymett said that this is going to be his third relic. He does not have infinite time. He has very little time, and so when he says that he's going to do a relic, that relic is good AF. So this is beyond a shoot. This is so good.
Yeah.
So
that weapon is Gucci.
Gucci Prada comfy my sugar.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
So next weapon. So let's do one a little bit less positive. The Scholars. Oh,
All right.
Scholar. You introduce it because I know exactly how I would introduce it.
All right. So now we're talking about the Scholar weapon. So it's a giant book, and it's sponsored by Walmart, or at least it appears to be. What's that logo? I didn't realize there was a Square Enix Walmart partnership.
Which, for the record, is all satire. Like, obviously there isn't, but this literally looks like the Walmart logo to me. It's been over a week. I can't shake it. I can't shake it. I have tried to shake it so many times. I can't get over it. Like, I'm at the point where if you gave me the option to, like you're on White Mage right now. Pull out your Relic. Pull out your Relic. Read.
Certainly. There you
Look
go.
at those butterflies. Look at those. If I could pay like 60 raw emotion crystals, which is a heck of a lot of grinding, to trade this Walmart logo out for those butterflies instantly, without hesitation, that would be like one of the fastest trades you ever have seen. I can't stand this. And it's just like people watching the video are probably just like, wow, the White Mage versus this Relic are like vastly different. And it's like, yeah, that's my exact point. But one thing I do want to like flip on is I want to give praise where it is totally deserved, because like the intricate details, like look at the front of the book, dude. Like look at this stitching. Like you can see actual like stitching. Like the textures for an MMORPG are unbelievable. Like it's like you even have like the rope going through it. Like this is like some of the most intricate front of a books I have ever seen in any game ever, let alone in an MMORPG. This is a stunning book cover in and of itself. In and of its own right, it is so breathtaking. And not to mention...
No,
Oh, sorry.
I'll agree. It's obvious a lot of work went into this.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like it's just there's other books in the game. Like you've even shown me like your Eureka book, and they're just much better looking. Like this one, it just has to be a flop for me. It has to be a boring Walmart boot on the rack, if you will.
On the sales rat. But it's just like this
Yeah.
Relic is one of my favorites. The problem I have now is that like the front of the book that I'm actually facing looks so boring. But that is also because the Summoner Relic went to the moon and back with that. But that is not without issues. But I'm going to pull out the Relic again, the Blade's Wisdom, which is our current Scholar book. And like, I want to close the book too, because this is a detail that is super important and people are coming to here for the details too. It's like when I close it, you have the clasp go over here. And like, I cannot compliment this enough. This is crazy cool. But then I open it, and it's just like the Walmart logo. I have tried so hard to separate it from it. I can't. But further from that, we have this vine effect going all around. Pull out your White Mage Relic again, please. Please, 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 please. Perfect. But like, look at the butterflies. And so that has a clear payoff. Not to mention the crystal in the middle. You have the earth and like aethers around there. Like, it is very
Also, you know what?
huge payoff.
My vine is longer, so you know.
It is. It is. It.
My vine goes to 11.
Yes, the Scholar book Vine is just leaving me extremely unsatisfied right now, because it's just like, this looks to me like it has a beautiful base. The book itself on the outside is beautiful. The inside is tremendously boring. It has a little bit of a shimmer on it. I'm ignoring the Walmart logo because I have obviously beaten that into the ground, but it's just like this vine going around it goes, I guess, into the flower, which is yellow on the outside, green on the... green on the outside, yellow on the inside, which I guess is trying to represent it like a flower. It doesn't, to me, look like that, and so I'm left feeling, though, that this is extremely understated. It's like, I look at this vine, and I'm like, this is a precursor step, like the second last step before the actual last step, which is just making this like a big, blossoming, crazy flower, just like amped up to 11. Like, maybe you could even double or triple the Walmart crystals and make this like absolutely gorgeous, but right now this does not look gorgeous to me. It's got to be a boot on a Walmart sales rack, and it's a freaking shame, because this outside of the book is beautiful, but I just can't get over it. I'm trying so hard. I'm really tried for like a week. I actually want to show the summoner relic. Oh my god, I'm told that I have insufficient armory space. 1 second, guys. So I'm trying to not make this a podcast. Oh my god, where did I put it? I'm like frantically looking. But like, look at the text inside this book. I mean, yet again, we have the Walmart logo. But look at the text inside this book. Are you looking?
I like that a little bit better. That's a little glowier. That's neat. Pops out a little more at you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe we should just go into the summoner relic. Screw it, let's do it. So, I mean, the text inside of this, can you see the text inside from the angle that you're looking at? I'm not talking about the outside, the inside.
Oh, yeah, no, I can see it. It pops out. It's nice.
It is incredible. I can't look at another book now without thinking, wow, that's flat. Like, I'm even looking at Mimesis Lux, which is extremely over the top in and of its own right. Or take Tua, like, look at the inside of that. That's so plain now. Or like Tua Eureka. These look so plain on the inside. Like, it's like, I love the inside of this book so much. You have the floating crystal on the side. You have the hovering text above it. Unfortunately, again, you have the Walmart logo, which is driving me insane. I want the Walmart logo gone.
The placement of the crystals just seems to ruin this one, honestly.
It is. The placement of the crystals really is ruining this, because I look at the text. This inside of this book, like, even look on the, like, left side of the book from the inside. Like, look at that, and how gorgeous those details are. Like, it's like this inside of this book is like the standard to be set from here on out. Minus the Walmart crystals. Like, I would do a lot of grinding to explicitly remove the crystals, even without adding anything to the inside.
Yeah.
You're very quiet. What happened?
I wholeheartedly agree. Like, like, honestly, dude, it's just really, crystals are ugly. Other than that, it looks great. I actually, like, some people could say the outside is not flashy enough, but I actually like it. I think it looks very tasteful. It looks very sleek. It's nice.
See, and I've been torn. I've been going back and forth with this. It's not like the Scholar book where over time, I have become more resentful of the Scholar book. I have actually grown to really like the Summoner book, minus the Walmart crystals. I cannot get over those. I hate them. But it's like, this does, as you said, look tasteful. Part of me is torn, though, because part of me is just like, I look at the inside of this book and I'm like, this is so decadent. This is so rich. Like, the hovering text, the background. I'm like, this is elegant. This is beautiful. This is exactly like this. Oh, it's gorgeous. Like, this is like a dream book, especially with the floating crystal on the side, which we were talking about textures before. Let's talk about textures now. I'm going to go into the light. Like, these textures actually close. Oh no, you can't really see it with what I'm wearing right now. Let's see if I can unequip that right now. Insufficient inventory space, really? You can tell that I've junked up my inventory with enough relics. I'm just trying to show the texture here. So, okay, now that got rid of that. So, like, you can see the crystal, like, folds in and covers, like, the outside of the book. So you're getting that, like, insane folding thing, too. Which is, again, gorgeous. And even looking at the outside of the book, like, look at the clasp of the book on the cover when it's sheathed.
Ooh, it's nice.
Like, look at that level of detail. This book is freaking gorgeous. Like, just from the book standpoint, like, this is outrageous. Like, the level of detail is just... And then look at the text. But my problem is, ironically enough, the outside. I'm trying to be as polite as I can, but if someone told me, looking at the inside to looking at the front of the book, if someone told me that there was a graphical glitch, or that they had to, like, cut corners to, like, get this shipped out, I would believe them 100%. I'd be like, oh, okay, we just need to wait a few more months for, like, the outside effect to come on. I would actually believe it. Which, as you said, like the outside is classy, and I have actually really grown to like it. But it does, compared to other books, look a little unfinished on the outside compared to other books. It might just be because I've been literally using the Mimesis Lux, which is like, look at this, like.
Yeah, that's definitely much flashier. That looks like it's like, you know, big dragon wings. That's like
It's.
yeah, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, he's summoning Bahamut. That's what that is.
Yeah, but the inside of the book, look at that. Compare that to before. This looks
Oh,
so
boring.
so boring, so boring. And I mean, the details of the texture, are they good? Yeah. Oh my god, for Heavensward, this was really good. But it's like right now, like comparing the details, obviously the new one's much more detailed. Or you use like Tua. Like the outside of this is like over the top crazy. And so when I say, like, if someone told me that this was unfinished, I wouldn't be surprised. But mind you, like, the more sleek, the more kind of like in the what is on the inside is what matters most kind of thing, I am
Yeah.
slowly starting to grow to like. So I'm actually going to give this a very confident toot. I mean hot. We're still arguing,
Yeah,
should we be hotting or tooting, or
is there nothing that's like in the middle, like, you know, not like totally hot, but
it
more
would be
like
like a
70% of the way
lukewarm.
there?
It'd be a warm. It'd be a warm.
It's like to me, it's more like warm.
Yeah, you know what? I'd say that too. See, I'd give it, yeah, with the Walmart crystals, I can't give it a toot actually. It's like I just like looked at them again and I'm like, that took me out of it. But like, see, if there was a way to get rid of these crystals, I've said it like 5 times already. I swear I'm not gonna say it more in this video. I swear, I would take them up on that offer. It'd be like, get these crystals out. So
It's
warm.
it's warm. Get those crystals out of there. They're
So,
ugly.
yes. So ready for the next?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so for the AST weapon, I'm going to start in the light, and then I'm going to move to the dark, just because in the light, to me, this is faded. And off the bat, it's not going to be a weapon I noticed in Alliance Raid, which instantly kind of strikes points from it, for me personally. But I'm going to let you keep going with that. I'm just, I'm just like, I need to move into somewhere dark so people can actually see this. But
Oh, I like it. I think it's cool. You got your crystals. You have them spinning kind of around there. It makes me think of Hydaelyn. It makes me think of Zodiark. It's
exactly, same.
definitely a very fitting weapon for an Astrologian, and it's very, I guess, thematically appropriate to where the game's heading now with Endwalker. So I really like it.
And you know what? I agree 100% with that. Also, you have like the beads in there, you have them like swaying. And you have like the sphere effect with the like crystal globule. I don't know what that is particularly meant to represent, but you have even like spinning stars around that. I'm just going to zoom in further for everyone. Like this
Yeah.
has a lot of intricate details to it that I think are really breathtaking. I
And
think
if you look at the
that they're
crystals on
really
the
cool.
outside, they're like light blue, and in the inside they're dark. So it's like you have like, you know,
Oh
your
yeah, I'm
darkness
even
and you have
talking
your
about the
light.
little spinning crystals inside the little white ones around the purple.
Oh yeah, those are neat. Like the
Yeah,
little stars. You mean?
it's like you look at this
Oh yeah,
weapon
no, I see them.
like, and you can see a new thing for like the first like 10 times that you look at it. It's like, oh wait, I didn't notice that. Or like the key notch here, like there's like a little key notch going in there, or like the bottom spinning. Like there are so many details in this. It's just like, I don't like, you'd probably know more just with your background on like what this actual like sieve at the bottom is. Like I don't know what that's meant to be. Maybe let out water or something from it. I don't know, but to me this definitely looks like a like scientific piece of equipment. Like it's giving me like, I don't know, like Galileo thermometers and stuff like that. Like this looks really classy. Like the glow and the Alliance raid standing out aside like this. Sorry, I'm talking too much. You go.
You know, it's definitely very interesting. It's fancy. It's like you've got your like, yeah, no, it does look like a piece of like old like equipment.
Hmm.
Like you can see you got like little markings there on the bottom part of the whatever it is, the thing that's attached to the middle there. So you can
I'm
see
not sure
someone
what
like,
to
you know,
call it,
with
but
like
yeah, it's like
angles and
rulers.
things there with that. So you've got your markings. It's definitely neat. It's not like my favorite relic weapon ever, but I do think it's cool.
I
I
think
like
it's
it.
beautiful. I don't think like the only problem with this is that it's muted. It's very, very muted. But I mean, those details, like, I have to say the details of this are so pretty. But, okay, tell me if you can see this. Oh my god. Sorry, for everyone watching, my key bindings were actually just erased. So that's why I just pressed that button and I'm like, where's Sprint? Can you see this?
Oh
From
yeah,
all the
no,
way over
definitely. I can see it. I can see it.
there? Okay, how about this? Keep looking, keep looking. How about this?
That one is flashier for sure.
How about this?
Okay. Yeah,
That's
no,
the
I can see it.
that's the
But it's definitely
problem.
less noticeable than that big purple one you got there.
So this is the relic weapon from Heaven's Ward, which is Canopus
Ooh.
Lux. And I mean, this one is also intricate. Like this one has been like my go-to AST weapon. It is like you will stand out wherever you go. Like is stand out as like the Dark Knight weapon that we started with. Like this is like you will be impossible to miss. People will literally need to actively try to avoid looking at you to miss this. This is crazy. But
Oh, I
then
like that. It looks like you've harnessed like a star and you're using that as your weapon. It's cool.
exactly. And then you have like the floating bubbles around it. It's just and with the little texture particle effects, this is bar none my favorite AST weapon. And I mean, it does have the details too. It's like you remember, I know that you love the music there, but you remember Labyrinthos with the like sun in the middle?
Oh yeah, the place with the offensive, horrible recorder music. Yeah.
The frogs are singing to you because they love you.
Uh-huh.
But doesn't this like inside part of this remind you of Labyrinthos' like artificial like sun? Because it is giving
Kind
me
of.
that.
Kind of. It's cool. I
I
like
love
it.
it. But
I
we're
don't
not
know. To me,
talking.
it looks more like you got like a star. You got that in like some containment field. You know, it's cool.
I think it's so cool. But this one, I love the details. Like it's elegant. But I
I think
mean,
this is more detailed.
this is
The other one's
absolutely
just
more detailed.
flashier.
The other one is one you'll notice in Alliance Raid. This one is like that's the only thing is it's a little understated. It's just like if I move back into the light, it's just like people are gonna be like, wow, the like it's much harder to notice the glow. It's like it's not something that you'd necessarily see in an Alliance Raid. It's
I like
there,
it. I
but
wish. I just wish this one was a little flashier,
mhm.
but I like it. Maybe like a big,
Whereas
little
like
bit
try
of a
this one.
bigger
It's just
glow
like
or
even in
something.
this level of light, like you can't miss this. This is
Yeah. No, I'm gonna see you all the way across. You know,
oh you
the
will.
all the way across the map with that.
You absolutely will. Absolutely will. Whereas this one, it's beautiful. For me, I'll let you rate first. I know what I want to rate.
I'd give it a hot.
See, I give it a warm because I think it's so understated that people won't even notice I have a relic. But for the details, I am like, it's hot. I'm a warm. I'm a warm on this one. So
Well, to be fair, I like it more than than the summoner book, so I'd have to give it a hot on the basis of that, just because the other one
well, you
was a
can give
warm. But
both warm. We can
I
do a
guess,
tier
but this is
list
slightly
later.
better.
We can do a tier list later. But yeah, this one's
Sure.
beautiful, but it's just so understated. It's like at the point where it's just like I don't know if people in Alliance Raid would even notice that you're using a relic, which feels bad. Do you want
It
to
does.
move on
So much
to?
time into it.
Oh yeah, you spent so much time. Like this has been a grind. But do you want to move on to White Mage next?
Let's do it.
Okay, let me stop recording for a sec, and then. Okay, so now we are going to be talking about White Mage. I just wanted to do that just so that I can make sure that I get like the timestamps good. So I'm actually going to let him do this because this is one of his relics that he grinded out. He is not a
All
relic hunter
right.
like me, so this actually means a lot. Oh my
Yeah, I
god,
just
all
did this
these
one
details
and
I
the red
haven't
mage.
seen. Oh my god. Just stand still. Let me observe. No,
So
keep going.
actually, I love the white mage relic. I love the fact that you've got your like little tree here, so that kind of represents nature. That represents what the conjurer is all about. Summoning
You
power
can
from
just keep
nature,
still.
and you're looking at the different sides of the crystals here, and you've got some crystals that are like like this light blue color. The other side they're more of like this orange color. So to me it's like you have like darkness and light. You have the duality that was present through the Shadowbringers expansion. Like it's just
One brings shadow, one brings the light.
Exactly. It's like the song from the Warrior of Light Trial, which is like one of my favorite, orchestrion from this
Oh my god,
expansion.
after what Soken said, I'm trying to not make this a podcast with you, but oh my god, so touching. That is one of my favorites. I will remember this for a very, very, very
Yeah,
long time.
exactly. Like honestly, like I really like the White Mage Cane. I think it's flashy, but it's not like too much. I enjoy this one. I think it's something that I will use for a long time to come. I like the fact that you have this vine going around the staff here, and you can see the different sides of the crystals. Like one is
So
like this orange color, one's blue.
to me, it's
You have
like
the little
gold
fairies
more
at
than
the top.
orange. It's like gold and blue, which are two of my favorites. It's just,
Okay,
oh.
which is nice. You've got this like beautiful little strand here at the top of
Yeah, this
I don't know
little
what it
vine
is, like
going from the front.
leaves or something.
To
No,
me, it's
the
almost like
vine.
grape orchard. Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
you
the
have like
blue vine?
a little vine dropping down at the top here.
See, I thought you meant like the other part, like the little like grape orchard little thing just hanging down, which I am absolutely loving.
Oh yeah, the little one hanging down. No, that's what I was talking about. That is cool. And then
Oh,
you have
that's so cool.
your crystal at the top here, and then you have
Like this is
these like little
breathtaking.
crystal buds with your butterflies, which
I need to
arguably could be
rip
more.
them away from you and put them in my book.
I know. Like, arguably, they are more important for like a scholar because you summon fairies, you
I mean,
are
why
closer
can't
to that.
everyone have it? Why can't we have both? Like to me, this is just
No, no,
stunning. This is
exactly. But
beautiful. This is so
I
beautiful.
love it. I'm very happy with the way that this relic turned out, and I think I'll be using it for a long time. So for me, this one is going to have to be a hot,
Just a hot?
maybe even a shoot.
Well, I mean, you're allowed to say it's just a hot if you want to say it's just a hot. Let me
Like
pull up.
it's not like honestly the warrior weapon was just that good. So I'm just like, how could like is it
Warrior
really like
weapon
in the
was
same tier as
absolutely
that one?
nuts.
But
Yeah, I'd say so.
it's
That
pretty good.
is. See, I'm giving that a
Honestly,
shoot. That
you
is
know
so
what? It
good.
has to be a shoot just because I've seen all the healer relics and like yeah, this is the best looking healer relic, so it's a
I mean, you
shoot.
can all say that
There
they're
you go.
boots if you want, but
No,
like
I
compare
like
it
it.
even to Nirvana Zeta, which is what I have right now. I'm not. I'm just gonna leave it down there because me moving is just gonna like be jarring. But like, look at this. Like, this has been and still is one of the most beautiful relics with the rainbows and that. And just keep yours. Tilt your character a little bit more towards mine. A little bit more in the other direction. Perfect. Like, I think that these really can stand toe to toe. And actually, I think even the new one's better than even Nirvana Zeta. I really love it. This is a bar none shoot. I'm going to be using that a heck of a lot. But I mean, you're going as pure healer next expansion, so I mean, pfft,
Yeah, I'm gonna be using this for some time.
it's
Unless they
beautiful.
release a better looking weapon, which who knows, maybe they will. But
If they
this is
do, that would be hard to do. This is
it would be.
insane. This is
Yeah, it's
insane.
amazing. I love it.
I'm
This
just
is a
zooming in
shoot
on the
for sure.
grapevine. Well, yeah, I'm giving it a shoot, but you were just like, oh, it's only a toot. I'm like, hmm.
Well, it's just like I don't know when the warrior weapon is just that amazing. Like what can
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
We'll make it. We will release a tier list later.
We'll release a tier list. It'll be a shorter video. I guess this is the like longer, more extravagant, more in-depth version, but I am obsessed with this weapon. I love it so much.
Yeah,
So,
it's
do
amazing.
you want to move to the next?
Honestly,
Oh, sorry.
yeah. Anyone that mains white mage, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, you got blessed. People were laughing at the stick. Who's laughing now? Even the bottom of the weapon has the little, like Gandalf, like
Little glowy spike.
yeah, like this is incredible. I love it. Are you ready to move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
And so now we are the warrior. So we're just gonna start by looking at it in the light. And so this texture work is very clean, very like people are like barbarian, savage warrior, like going berserkers, and I'm like, this even on its own is a very elegant thing. You have the hole going through the middle that you can see Neymett in. And so I love the texture. I love it. And then like pulling out the glow. Where do I start? This is a shoot. But mind you, when we
It
re-recorded
absolutely
this for
is.
less fangirling, you already let out that I gave it a shoot and you gave it a shoot.
I know.
This is beyond great. This is incomparable. This is so
It is.
on the next level. I love it. It is like so over the top while not being so like too much. I mean, that's been my problem with some of the ultimate weapons, is it's been too much for my personal taste. But like this is so excessive while also being so decadent. Even the crystals just go so well with this, to the point where I'm like,
It's sleek. It's beautiful. If you have, if you're someone that plays warrior, this one is as a must have as far as I'm concerned.
look at how you
Like, you just look at it. You've got like that red, you've got like this red energy kind of in the center in the hole there. It looks like you have like the energy of like some like dying sun that's been like condensed into this
I don't think anything's
axe.
dying about that sun. It's pretty roaring. It's beautiful. It's
Well, I mean, when
roaring sun.
suns die, they explode. They get bigger.
Oh
So
wow! I can just say that
that's what I was referring to. It's cool.
you
It's
can see
beautiful.
Neymett. This is actually transparent. Like you can actually like zoom around your character and actually like see like stuff through that centerpiece, and it's like, pff, this is just gorgeous. There's I don't even know what to say anymore. It is giving me like that very masculine, very dominant, very like dominating energy. It is just, it's imposing. It is flashy. It literally has a sun in it. Like that's just
When you're playing a warrior, you just want like a gigantic two-handed axe, and that's what this is.
this
It's
is
beautiful.
this delivers. This is incredible. And I mean, I was wondering, like, can this compete with something like Minos Replica, which was what I was using before? I mean,
But that's
compare
boring.
Minos Replica, and this was my go-to for such a long time, and I thought that it was like amazing. But now I open up this and I'm like,
Exactly. I think that's going to be your go-to warrior axe for a long time to
oh, it
come.
is. People will tune in to hopefully tune into my content in like a year and see the warrior guides and stuff, and you're gonna see this weapon. 100%. This is
You
breathtaking. Even the crystal on the axe, like even how the like red little crystals flay out. This is imposing from every angle. This is so good. This is like
Yeah,
shit. This is beyond. This is highest rating. Easily.
absolutely. It's a shoot.
Absolutely. I'm in love. So are you ready to move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I will let you go through the paladin. Actually, let's start with its sheath. I am going to change it. And here's its sheathed.
All right, so it's cool. So you've got your little shield here in the back, which is honestly it looks a little small. It's not my favorite thing, but it's very detailed. I like it. You have this like interesting flower pattern. It's that's kind of neat. I like the sword more. The sword is like this cool crystalline blade. It looks like it's been made out of like some piece of like a, I don't know what you call it, like a Paladin or Zodiac crystal. It's really really neat. I like it.
It's nice, but we have seen the crystal set, which is beautiful for Relic. I'm not saying this isn't beautiful, but we did see something similar with the crystal Exarch weapons that were craftable. Um, it's the texture. It's giving me like actual like Roman Empire stuff. Like this is just like Greek Roman Empire. Like this
I was
is
gonna say Greek, but yeah, it's cool. I like it. But now just
I
unsheath that.
yes. Actually, let's move into the darkness.
Okay, so let's go over here. So like my biggest issue with this one was like the shield just seemed like really really small and like unassuming and boring. But like now when you unsheath it, it gets like so much bigger. It's got all the crystals here arranged in this pattern.
Mm-hmm. And you have the golden
Glowy,
vines.
neat. Like honestly, yeah, like I don't know. It's just cool. It reminds me of like it's like something like it's like Captain America's shield, but more badass. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love the golden vines, like the details in this. Like I'm gonna go in there and it's like shimmering water in the shield. Back up, one. But look at this, like it's like shimmering water in here. And this
And to look at
effect
it,
is so
yeah,
pretty. Oh, okay, now you can. I'm gonna back up my
it's
camera a
nice.
bit.
It's nice.
It's just I got like your butt literally in the camera and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Anyhow, the I like how like all of like the little like like flower patterns on the shield like just light up and glow.
So I'm gonna bring up something about that that's controversial, or might be. Why am I not getting Walmart from this? I got it from the Scholar book, and I cannot separate it, and I got it from the Summoner book. But I look at this, and I'm like, arguably, like, what's the difference? Why am I not getting Walmart from this shield?
They've been arranged differently, so it's the exact same with like the white mage relic. The
True.
crystals on the white mage relic. If I remember, I think this is like the same number of crystals that you
It
have in like the
is.
scholar book.
It is,
They're
and
just
it's even
angled.
like
They're just angled in a different way, so they just doesn't look like that. So it just comes down to presentation, really.
yeah, I guess so, because I'm not getting that from the shield. Like, this shield is, to me, outrageous, and I love it. And I mean, you even have the
It's
lights in
nice. I
there.
like it.
Like,
When
you
it's
even see
when
this.
it's sheathed, I think it's boring, but I think it's
I think it's
yeah, like it's
classy
boring
when
right
it's
now.
sheathed. It's classy.
Like I don't know. I'm not gonna walk by that and be like in Limsa and be like, ooh, look at that
No,
shield.
nor would I. But then when you unsheath it, it's like, oh, shit. This is crazy.
Exactly.
And then the
That's
sword.
cool.
I
So like it's cool, but like how is that different than any other paladin relic? Like, it's just a big glowy sword.
Oh, dramatically so, because I like this one because it's giving me lightsaber. I'll show you like A tier and pre-win, but like this has got the golden vine across there, formulating the full like hand covering around the like a handle. It's got the like golden crystals. I feel like these crystals are a little understated for the pommel. I find the blue blade really beautiful. You can dye it different colors and get different effects. I just went with this bright blue because I feel like it was very, very glowy. You can dye it tons of, actually maybe I should show that just because this is like a deep dive video. Like you can dye it like a whole bunch of different colors, and then that will actually change how the blade actually looks, which is super incredibly cool. And do I have any cheap dye that I can just throw in it? Not really. But as you can see, like in the preview window, like you can change that from like a blue glow to something else. I like the blue a lot. Um, I don't know if it's my favorite though. See, this is the problem. Like compared to something like the warrior is like beyond any shadow of a doubt. Like this is incredible. Where in my inventory? My inventory is dark and full of tears. Let me change my shield. So like, look at this shield. So what do you think of the shield? Okay, I got the sword too.
Honestly, like it's different, but I really like it. That's cool.
Yeah, see, to me, this is still gonna be what I go with my paladin.
I like
This,
this better. I like
I
this
like
better.
this a lot better, and I think that the current one is very neat. It's really good. I like it a lot more
Where is
than the
this from?
Scholar's Relic. What?
Where is this from?
This is from Heavensward. This is A tier and Praven Lux.
Oh, nice.
Not Lux. This is the step before Lux. I don't like the Lux ones as much. I don't know if I even have those in my inventory. I think I junked. I think I stored them. I think I junked them.
Okay, good. So
So
I
here's the
actually might
Lux
want this one.
version. Yeah, I want
And I was
this.
hoping to not have to farm Eureka. So, but
No,
that's
this is
something that's
Heavensward.
for another time.
This is
That's
Heavensward.
nice.
And here's the Lux version. I like the blue fire
Yeah,
myself more, but these ones are still stunning. But even look at the fire effects as you run around. Like, here is the
that is
problem, is
pretty
it's
cool.
just like, this is such a good weapon. Like, this is breathtaking.
That's
Like,
nice.
I am obsessed with this.
They've done too good of a job with that. It's yeah, you can't really one up
I think
that.
this was
Honestly,
beautiful, but it's just
it's
like,
hard.
compared to that other one, it's like... But I mean, on that note, I am still gonna give it a, like, hot. It's still
Oh no, it's
hot.
definitely a hot.
But I
And I think
mean,
the
can you
colors go
compete?
really well with your armor set too.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do. Like, this is a clear winner. Like, this is awesome. But I mean, then it's just like, then I like, as we just saw, we put on the other stuff, and it's just like, it's just really hard to keep up with this. Like, this is just,
Exactly. No, it's nice.
it's like you have like the
It's still
holy
nice.
fire in that, and it's just like, Yeah, it's absolutely a solid hot from me, but absolutely no competition for me personally. Are you ready to give your rating?
To me, it, it's a hot. I love what they've done with the crystals. I love what they've done with the shield. It's definitely a hot. Okay.
And so we're going to move on to the next one.
All right. So we are talking about the monk weapon. So as you can see, it's literally just like some finger covers. That's it. Just not even like gloves. It's just covering the fingers. It's very unassuming. I don't really see anything.
I mean, you
I
get
don't
even
really
the
notice
thumb
it.
coverings, which I mean, they are like intricate leather with like steel. Like these are very believable. If you're like in martial arts, like this would suck to get hit by. Like suck. Like with us going to like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, this would suck.
It would.
That would suck. But is that all you have
You
to
know
say
what?
on the textures?
Like they're just it's just so unassuming. You can't really notice it at all. It looks like you're just wearing some gloves.
That's true, but I think that this is still really intricate work on it. Like it's just like you can see the individual leather bands around the fingers. I think that the metal work with it, it's it's incredible. But that is not why you are getting this relic weapon. Are you ready for the big reveal? Because I
Unsheath it. It's an Omni Blade. Mass Effect. Heck yeah.
see I have fangirled. Okay, so am I allowed to say the little bit of deep lore about like how much we talked about Mass Effect? Or I'll let you talk about the deep
Mm.
lore?
I know you can. It's fine.
Okay, so basically, me and Neymett have known each other for so freaking long, like literally like a decade. And I remember, like, we were literally like talking on the bus, and we were talking about Mass Effect and how awesome like characters like Garrus were and stuff. And so it's just like now in 2021, we get to fangirl over Omni Blade in this game, but it's like
It's
better than an Omni
beautiful.
Blade. It's like a dual-handed freaking Omni Blade. Like this is like Cyberpunk with Mass Effect because Cyberpunk had like the Mantis blades, but like mind blown. I'll let you keep going because I will just fangirl ad infinitum.
Yeah, like honestly, it's beautiful. I really really like this. I think this is really cool. Like you even just like look at like his armor set. It looks like super futuristic. It looks like he's got like these like cool
Oh, I
like
loved it.
holographic blades. It's
I
nice.
tried to do like a cyborg with like actual like human pants, so it's just like yeah, my torso is just like augmented. I'm just from Cyberpunk. Hi, how are you? And I have like the Mantis blade enhancement with the Omni blades and both arms. God,
I
I
honestly
love these
this is one of my
weapons.
yeah this is one of my favorite relics. It's really cool. I mean, I
Shoot,
don't think
it's a
I don't
shoot.
think I play monk because like that class just doesn't appeal to me for gameplay reasons.
You should
But
try it
like
a
yeah,
little bit more. This is a
eh,
shoot for me.
maybe
This is
Eh,
so good.
it's a shoot. Absolutely.
I okay. Can I fangirl now about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
See, there are. Oh, thank you. There are like, there are gonna be weapons that I'm gonna be bringing up. Machinist that have the crystals so understated that it's so hard to notice. But this is so. Oh my god, these crystals are huge. This effect has been taken to the limit because it's like the weapon when it's away, you have nothing. It's literally just these like fist things. Then you pop it out, then you see these crystals, and I'm like, it's so intensely good. It is so intensely good. Even if you hover in focusing on the hands, you can see like on the hand itself, like this inscription, and it's like I love it. Like when you get a new effect like this, you want to see it pushed to the limit. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Pull out the red mage weapon. See how this thing for his hand has those crystals that just formed out of nothing? When you have an effect like this, I want to see that. I love, love that because it's just like this is taking the effect and pushing it to its limit because it's like there's literally nothing. Now energy forms and now it's something. It's like it's giving me like ultra futuristic like barrier vibes. It's taking me into like the like anime like Gundam universe. It's taking me into Mass Effect. It's so sci-fi. It's so futuristic. I am absolutely in love with this weapon. I have nothing negative to say about this. I don't know what else to say. This is a shoot. This is a shoot. This is absolutely a shoot. This is so well done. This is what I want to see in a relic weapon. This is classy. It is so over the top. It is so loopy. This will stand out anywhere.
It's a shoot. It's beautiful. It's iconic.
It is actually iconic. It's
satisfies. It satisfies, that desire that many people probably have to be like a cool Mass Effect character.
Oh my god, I love it. It is so wicked. I guess I'm ready to move on to the next weapon. This is, I have nothing negative to say. Right. This is gorgeous.
Nope.
So on the flip side, so we're talking about the monk that had the energy effect. Now we're going to be talking about the machinist, which you can even tell I stopped showing the texture. So we're going to go in here, and then I want to just look at this because I need to be clear. I think that this as a double barrel shotgun is gorgeous. You can see the metal tracks up here. You can see it going into all of this very fine detail. Even here, even in this little notch that most game developers would probably just fill in with green, even has texture. You can see the stags here. There's another stag on the other side. You can see the little what do you call it? The clasps in here, the little fixtures, the nails through it. It's this old wood. The wood texture is beautiful. I have so many good things to say about that. And then even here has texture. I mean, this is a beautiful piece of artwork. Then I unsheath it, and then here is where I have issues. Why are you yawning?
It's boring. Look at that. Where are the crystals?
Were you actually yawning, or were you doing that for drama? It might be real.
It was for effect.
Oh god, kind of.
But yes, look at those. Look at those crystals. They're small. What are they doing?
I don't know.
Honestly,
compare these to the
they could have been better. It just doesn't really stand out. It's not my favorite thing.
No.
And honestly, maybe this is going to be unpopular. Someone could like the whole appeal of it, being the old school cowboy type, shotgun that looks like it's from I don't know 100 years ago. But to me, that's not what I want. You're playing a machinist. It's really cool. It's very futuristic. You got your robot, all that kind of stuff. I want something that's a little bit more futuristic, like what you had with the monk weapon there, and this just doesn't do it for me.
See, I kind of agree, but I'm torn because it's okay, you give us this old vibe with these beautiful stags and that. Okay, that is a beautiful piece of artwork, but this is a shotgun on the machinist, and then I see a scope because I'm not moving, but look at the top of it. There's a scope here, and I'm why is there
on
a
shotgun
here? I don't know how these actually work. They aren't what I have ever handled. I have never handled this particular type of, in my life. But I'm why is there this? Because it's just
I also
I see
have
that.
No knowledge of.
But yeah, in the context of everything, I think that it's just I don't get why there's a scope on it. I don't get why these fins are here and they're so small. I think that if you're going for the old aesthetic, I want to see you do I don't know, something more old aesthetic. I feel right now we're getting the future aesthetic with these panels because it's I'm gonna switch actively to the monk that we just did, just to refresh everyone. This is so futuristic. This is so over the top crazy, and the fins are huge. They are huge. They are not something you can miss. They are huge. And then I go over to the machinist, and then I'm what are these little dinky things? I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but I just look at these and I'm I wish that they were even just as big as the monks. If you took this all the way, I think that this is because we have the future aesthetic with the old aesthetic, but the future aesthetic's also super understated. I don't like it. I really don't. And I'm gonna see actually if I have in my inventory right now. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna switch to the Heavensward relic weapon, Which one do you think I'm using from now on?
Yeah, there's honestly no contest there.
There's no
Yeah, that
contest.
one,
Like
I
this
much
is
prefer that.
like this is outrageous, and I'm just gonna
Yeah,
be
your
fair and drag it
gigantic
out
cool
to.
dragon gun. Like, come on,
No, this is like the tiger. This is the curl. Like I've
is
gotten
that a
my art.
tiger?
Yeah,
Okay,
I even got
cool.
channel
Yeah,
banner
I
art.
like it.
Oh, I love it. I got it in channel banner art, and so
Nice, nice.
then I like equip this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that looks boring and tired compared to that last weapon you showed.
yeah, like this.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like This is going to be like ultra boot. A little. It's gonna be a solid boot. It's gonna be a solid rot.
uh,
I mean, it's
yeah.
not. It's not. I wish. See, if you were going for like, see, okay, I'm gonna say what I wish I wanted was take this aesthetic, pull it to 11, go all the way with the futuristic. Give me like a massive, right, like different type of weapon, like something like this, or like a hand one, or like something that's like a single barrel, something that actually makes sense for a machinist switch. I'm just gonna show you this. Like, let's fly over here, or I will just for like the footage and show like some of the footage. Like, do you see any of this being done with a double barrel shotgun? Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. Did I change over? Yeah, so we have a double barrel shotgun, and you're telling me we're doing that with a double barrel shotgun. We're doing this with a double barrel shotgun. We are back flipping with a double barrel shotgun. We're doing all this with a double barrel shotgun. And I'm like, who? What?
Yeah, that's
It doesn't make sense to me. I like.
you know what? It's a rot. It's a hard pass.
It's a
It's
hard
not.
pass for me. Whereas I
Yeah, no,
equip
I'm
something
not
like
gonna farm
this,
that out.
and I see this. I mean,
The
honestly,
only reason I would do it is if for whatever reason I was like, absolutely needing to have the best in slot stats
yeah. So
for
like
the
my
appearance. No,
position,
thank you.
and I want
Yeah,
to take it into like leveling too for like Endwalker, but it's like compare that to like the curl weapon. Like this makes sense. So to me, it's like just under a rod. Like this is like not like a boot on the Walmart sales rack like the Scholar weapon, but this is like I, leave it in the antique store. We're not taking this trash home. Peace and
no,
love.
no thanks.
No, thank you. Okay, so now we are talking about Bard's Relic. We're just going over all the range DPS. See,
What the heck is that?
I'm torn, because let me be clear. This is this is what I'd expect from a relic weapon. This is over the top. It is elegant. It is overstated. It is clearly a unique weapon. You are getting that fantasy. It is like an orbital cannon with the crystals. It has these details, the spinning thing there. I mean, someone actually told me that this is meant to like resemble a lighthouse, but it's like the details. Actually, let's go into the light and like unsheath it. Oh god, I have it not showing. Like,
Like,
look
what
at
is that?
this.
Is that like a harp though? Like, what is it?
Yeah, there's a harp in there because like the bard with the musical instruments, but like
Yeah.
look at this under the light. Like look at this level of detail. The level of detail the developers put into these weapons is incredible, and that cannot be overstated. Like the hardwood with it, and then you have the strings, and then you have like the eagle on it, and this is gorgeous piece. Gorgeous. Even the quiver is gorgeous. And look at even the quiver. It even lights up. The crystal in it even lights up.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
like it.
and lights up on both sides, even the side facing your back. And it's like, I cannot state care and love went into this weapon, and I feel it. I think that this is definitely a very much. It is a thought and a concept that was brought to full realization, which is very different from the Machinist, where I feel like they want to go old and new, and that we got neither. That the concept was not taken into full realization. But this, what the concept was, which I'm gonna get into in a minute, was taken fully to realization. Would you agree? Because like this is clearly complete. This is not leaving me wanting more in any capacity.
Like, it stands out. The Machinist one does not. The Machinist one just looks boring and tired. This stands out. It looks like a cool weapon. I'm going to see this, across the room, and I'm going to be like, that's cool. I wonder what that is. So
It stands
definitely,
out.
it's a nice weapon.
I feel it's fully realized concept. My question is, and I will use it. I've been using it. What is the concept? I'm not trying to be mean. Like, this is a fully realized weapon. It is maybe not fully to my taste, but this is a fully realized thing. But I don't know
I
what it
don't,
is. Someone
I
said it
don't
was
get
a
what certain parts
lighthouse
of
in the
it.
comments, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Maybe.
I don't see it. Like, there's like some spinning,
Yeah,
like
that could be the
little like
lighthouse thing.
diamond thing, maybe. I don't know. On the bottom, you've got like some like glowing suction cup or something. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's probably because like they added the detail of like, oh, if you were like sniping from like, I don't know, like the ground or something, you could like put your bow right flat against the surface. Like, even if you look at the top, there's like a notch there that you could maybe like set it down on the ground like that or
Okay.
something. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
and then you've got like
assuming.
these knives, like just sticking out of it,
Yeah, which I
the
maybe
top and
they're like
bottom.
tuning knobs for the harp because it is meant to be like a musical instrument. I assume. I don't know.
Maybe it's cool. It stands out. It's just I don't know
I don't
what
know
it
what it
is.
is. Which is fine. Like, I see myself actually using this. When I first got it, I was like, I hate it, but it's really grown on me. Like, I think that this is something that it's like, if I saw someone wearing this around ul'dah, yes, I know the red mage weapon's pretty. Stop showing off. It's not your time yet.
Soon.
Soon. But man, if I saw someone like wearing this in ul'dah as a sprout, I'd be like, I have no idea what I just saw, but I do know I want it. To me, this is definitely a hot. This is definitely a hot for me.
To me, it's like it's more like a warm, but I like it.
Well, I like it because it's fully realized. It's just like, you took a concept. I don't understand the concept. I don't have any idea what influenced this, but you know what? I'm gonna use it. And actually, let me rip out Trepander Lux. Oh god, I have too many things here. I'm trying to get all the relics. Like
I
this
actually
weapon.
prefer that one.
Oh yeah, me too. Just because I think that it fits my aesthetic of like an orbital cannon even more. It's like it even goes through the floor. It's that big of a bow. Like this is literally the most over the top you can get, and this is still a favorite. But I see myself like combining this with that other one, and so that's why I'm giving it a hot. Because it's like it's fully realized. I do see myself using it. I do like it. It's not completely blowing me away like some things. Like, this is insane, but at the same point in time, I see it competing, so I'm like, I'd say it's hot. I love this more personally, but yeah, it's hot. So are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
So now we are going into the dancer, and so just going over the texture and just moving into the light. They're like symmetrical on both sides. The texture alone is very sharp. I don't know how. I played a little bit of Magic the Gathering, and this is giving me Radkos vibes, like the like fire and like darkness type, or like black and red deck type, with like the Radkos cultist, which is very like party animals, very edgy, very demony, and it's like very sharp. And this is giving me very much Radkos vibes, and I actually like it. It has a lot of details, but mind you, when you're dealing with a circular sphere, how many details can you add? Like, you can see that they even went further, because like you have these protruding ends. Like, what do you have to say on the textures? I'm talking too much.
Honestly, it looks nice. It looks sleek. It's very clean looking. Yeah, it's
Clean?
nice overall.
I think that it's very Radkos and chaotic, but that's interesting. You'd say clean. Like, I could see it. I could see it just because it's like the circles, but
Like it's just not gigantic. It's just not like super like in your face like many of the other relics. Like that bard bow, that's in your face. Like, you're gonna notice that even if that sheet like this. I don't really, it's not that big of. They're just chakrams.
yeah, which I guess is a limitation of the dancer, but you can see the spikes. To me, they
Yeah,
added like necessary elements of chaos to it, which I'm here for. Like, this is like the corrupted court jester to me. And now, are you ready for the big reveal? Let's go into the darkness.
also
But
got like also got like little stars on it, which is kind of neat.
mm-hmm. Like definitely corrupted jester vibes for me just on that. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
My eyes. These are.
Ooh, very glowy.
Shoot. It's a shoot. I mean,
The shoot?
Yeah, for me. I don't know about you, but I'll let you
For me, it's a
go
hawk.
into your thoughts
I
of the
like it.
textures. Yeah. But what are you thinking of the glow, the crystals, all that? I'll let you do, since I've been doing it so much.
All right, like honestly, like I don't really know if there's a better looking dancer. I don't like haven't played a
No.
lot of dancers, so like I don't know if there's a better looking weapon. But it's
Nope.
cool. I like how you got like the crystals going around the chakra. You've got like the flowing fire,
Which is
and
so
you've got like
cool.
the little the little stars, and that makes me think it's like I don't know, like some like celestial fire. It's cool. I like it. It's neat.
And see,
So
while he will only say that, I'm gonna fangirl absolutely over these. The fire effects makes me think even more like chaotic, like Radco's like court gesture. The pink around it is a beautiful compliment. The crystals are accenting it. This is a weapon I'm going to be using excessively on Dancer. I would be shocked if you saw a video with me on Dancer until like something insane comes out that doesn't have me with this. This is I love everything about these. These are so good. Even the fact that they added the like the like spiky bits just to make it like a different shape. Like for me, silhouette and shape is huge. It's just like we talked about the Dark Knight and how it had like the Cronus that was like a straight blade, and then we had like the Zangetsu like bleach like curved shape. This shape
yeah.
is different, and I'm like immediately based on that, it stands out, and so I live. So yeah, shoot. Are you good on the next?
Yeah, let's do it.
So now we're gonna do red mage just to like do the casters. So walk over here and just show the sword. And there's gonna be something
So
interesting that's missing though.
I did the red mage weapon here. You can see the sword. I dyed it white to kind of match my Rothgar's fur color.
Nice emerald in there. That's huge.
I like, yeah, you got a nice big emerald. You have a
Huge.
detailed pommel. Other than that, it's really just like a basic looking sword.
It's very flat, which is very interesting because when you unsheath it, it's anything but. But I'm spoiling.
Absolutely.
You keep going. But talk about the
Look,
omission.
yeah, like so I don't know what you call it, but you don't have the other piece that goes with it. Like normally you have something that like floats around right with it. And you don't have that here.
Mm-hmm.
But when I take it out, it appears. So you see, I have the crystals here, which have now just appeared here out of thin air to form. I don't even know, what do you call this quote for like a red mage? They all
I
have it.
think it's just called
The
a
little
focus. I could easily be wrong though.
focus. Okay,
Looked like a crystal
so
focus, I think.
yeah, so I have my focus here, and you can see like there's these like runes like swirling around that.
I'm
So
obsessed. You
that's
can even dye those runes.
you can. It's white. I dyed it white. So this is
You
the
can
weapon
see
white to kind of
white
match my
mage's
rock.
logo in there, black mage symbol.
White mage, black mage. I think there's others.
See, this is what I was talking about, like with the machinist weapon, is it's like I want to see the crystals. If you're going for like the crystals, I want to see it fully realized like this. This is so crazy cool and futuristic. I'm the focus alone, I would grind just for the focus. This is to me
I
that's
love it.
incredible.
Honestly,
Can you
I think it
unsheath
fits
and
the
sheath it multiple times?
yeah. But I was just gonna say, like, when you're looking at these runes, you have like the white mage rune, you have the black mage rune. I just think that fits the like red mage
100%.
like class score very well because you have spells from a number of different schools. So you have spells that are from white magic, black magic, and the red mage is kind of like a little bit of like a jack of all trades in that regard. So it's cool,
Oh, it's
and that
breathtaking. I
fits it
love it.
well. Yeah, and then you also have the runes along the blade here, which is something that I think is really
You
really
do.
intricate. The attention to detail on this weapon is just um,
Breathtaking.
it's superb.
Even you see the lava even around the like emerald. I mean ruby. It's like oh, like let me see if I can get deep in there. No, that's about as deep as I can get in the camera. Like, this is just
The
so
only thing
intricate.
like the only thing I don't like about it is the end of the sword looks a little bit too much like a hot poker. It looks like, you're like a blacksmith and you were like heating like some iron and you just stuck it into the fire and pulled it out, and now it's
Yeah, but would you want to get whacked by that?
oh no, not at all. That's horrible. But look at this. I'm holding that right in my hand. It's gonna burn a hole through my hand. It doesn't look nice. It's my character's got
That's why
like
you're
some really,
holding it at a higher level. You have the runes. You're just touching the runes. The runes are safe, but that is not.
Okay.
I mean, you see
No,
the
no, that's
black
not.
mage symbol. You see the white mage symbol. You see so many different symbols. You like, and like sheathe it again just to show the difference between like look at how flat that is, and then the effects. And this is what I want to see in a relic. That is a transformation. Like, oh,
It certainly is.
and
It's
one other
very cool.
oh, so freaking cool. This is beautiful. But like look at the like energy crystals like for like the handle and how they're going around. Like that is that's hot. That's hot. Unlike the paladins though, like these are very in your face. Like come here to the shadow. We're even showing this during the light, like right under the light. Like look in the darkness at this. Like this is bonkers. Like you cannot tell me that this is not gonna show up. Like this is the futuristic stuff that I live for. Yeah, and even keep casting because that was so cool, that effect. Like look at how you have that like crystal focus like a flower and then you put it on the top when casting. Like that is so beautiful. Like that's what I love to see, is it's just like even like in action it just oh, it's
Yeah,
so
Red
beautiful.
Mage is like
Keep
my main
casting.
DPS class.
Yeah,
So I'm very glad that I farmed this out. I love it. For me, this one is going to be definitely a shoot. I love it.
this is a shoot. We're giving out so many shoots, but you know what? I think that these have been earned because like that is so pretty. I love it. I'm ready to move on to the next one. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about that. That's so good.
Yeah, let's do it. Honestly, this one, if you play Red Mage, it's really, you know what? If you like having a good looking weapon, this one's a must have. So
It's iconic. It's absolutely iconic.
it is. It is.
So now we're going to be talking about the Black Mage Relic, and this isn't one that we've been able to get yet. This is absolutely next up for me. So thank you to Disparis for giving us access to the footage. A great friend of us, and so thank you so much for giving us this. So do you want to lead us into this, or do you want me to?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. So, like, honestly, as far as relic weapons go, I think that this one is an absolutely beautiful weapon. You've got like the big moon on the top of the weapon. You've
Mm,
got this like beautiful like winding vine going down. It's just glowing, with like this dark purple color. It's like it's got like this very strong dark energy, that you would really associate with like a black mage or what's it called, like thaumaturgy in
mm-hmm.
general. It's very cool. It's very, I say things are cool a lot, but it's very cool. I like it. It's definitely one that I would want if I played a black mage. I don't play black mage because I stand in mechanics and die, and well, it's just not my thing. But it's certainly a very beautiful weapon,
Oh, it's
and
beautiful.
yeah, out of all of them, it's one of my favorites.
This
What do
is
you think?
definitely. Yeah, I think that it's beautiful, and going along the lines of like you think like it represents like the thaumaturgy really well with like the purpley like accents. I like that it has like the blizzard on the one end and then the fire crystal on the other, and it's just you're getting the like even the crystal patterns like formulating this like cardinal directions of like north, south, east, west, or like maybe it's supposed to be up, down, right, left, whatever. But to me, that is so incredibly cool. It's like a compass. It's like a focus. It's very ornate. There's so many details to this, which makes me very
Very
much fall in
ornate.
love with it. Very. And it's very different than what we've had because like we've had like a sphere of fire with like Heaven's Ward. We have had so many different types of black mage weapons that this is refreshing, and like seeing the vine all the way from the bottom to the top is incredible. I think that it's very ornate, very detailed, very, very beautiful. Do I think it is as beautiful as the white mage though? I'm gonna be honest,
No,
no. I still feel that there could be something more to this. I feel like it is still too static at the top. But the white mage weapon is just that extravagant. That's just like with the butterflies, and then you have the grapevine down it. Then you have like all of this. It's like this is undeniably beautiful. This is something I have no issue saying I'm picking up very soon. But to me, it feels like a complete weapon. But I still feel like I wish, like putting it side by side with the white mage weapon, it's like it's missing something compared to the white mage weapon. So I mean, is this still hot? Yeah, absolutely. I say that for sure. But it's like it's definitely not a shoot for me. It's definitely absolutely not. It's a hot. It's hot. It's more yeah.
yeah, for me, it's a haunt. Like I think it could have been a lot better if it had like some particle effects or something, like some additional ones at the top there, maybe like some like a glowing like a fireball or something
Yeah, so that would be
in
cool.
the middle there, like in the moon. That would be neat.
What if we did something like you remember the fire and ice effects with the Zervin weapons, right?
No, actually.
No, let me see if I have any in my inventory. So I search Zervin. I don't. Or is it I search demon? Oh my god, I've been selling them all. I don't actually have any. Oh my god. Well, you'll have to take me on my word at this. Is like it has a sphere of like fire and ice twirling around the weapon, and it is super cool. It is a effect that is definitely there, and it has like a trail of like ice and fire. I'm gonna try and get that in editing. I'm gonna be up until 6 in the morning editing, but it's really gorgeous effect, and I think like if you added the Zervin bubbles to this top, that would be all it needs. It would be so over the top.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a beautiful weapon. It's just not where it needs to be for it to be like a shoot for me. So it's a haunt.
Hot. Okay.
I actually like it. I think it's neat. So we're gonna have a discussion.
Oh, we are?
I think so. Yeah.
So we're talking about the ninja then. Okay, we're gonna have a little something to say. So
All right.
okay, I want to discuss it with you then because to me
Yeah.
this
Sure.
is
So.
like it gets a special score from me. It's the rotting stick in the forest. It's more than a rot. It's the rotting stick in a forest. For
I
me
disagree. I
personally.
actually think that it's neat because you have these like glowing green daggers. That's kind of like associated with poison, which has long been associated with like the rogue class, like rogue
True.
like classes, or like a ninja. So you've got like these cool like glowing poison daggers that you're gonna use to like bring down your enemies, and they're forged out of like this crystal, which is kind of neat, like which seems to be like a theme. It's a recurring theme here throughout all of these weapons. So I actually would consider this to be like it's not like my favorite, but it's definitely like at least like a warm. Like it's not that imaginative because it's just like a poison dagger, which is like
Well, it's
super.
meant to represent a kunai, I think, which is just a natural weapon of ninja. But kunai is just, I feel like I've seen it a million, billion, trillion times before. And it's just like, with the ninja, they have gotten some wickedly cool swords. And so I see this and I'm like, ah, like their recollection weapon was stunning. So I see this and I'm like, oof.
Well, you're gonna have to show me. I've only been playing, since March of
Let me see if I
2020, so
even
I
have it in my
yeah,
inventory right now.
convince me.
Did I put it in my retainer? Slash iSearch. Slash iSearch recollection. Where did I put it? Searching for item. It says it's in my armory chest. No.
Okay.
This is obviously not one that I've gotten. It's still in the recollection stage. Okay, so we're gonna switch back to game footage. Like, compare this. Like, these are like two beautiful long swords to that.
Okay.
Like, this is why I like see that. I'm like, like I love these.
It's definitely a matter of taste. I could see people liking that. I could see people like wanting to go for that like cool, like big, glowy poison dagger kind of look. So
True. And now we're gonna, I guess, switch back to the footage. So for me, I just want more with the crystal effect. I see the details on the daggers. Like, you have the beautiful, like, twirling. They almost look like Celtic effects, or Celtic, I mean. And it's, like, so incredible to see that. And but it's, I don't even think that was intentional. But, like, at the, like, tip of it, it looks very Gaelic. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But even it has the circle at the top. But it's like, I wish that there was more. I'm left feeling like that's it. So that's why I'm like, to me, it just, we're gonna have to, I guess, agree to disagree, which is why I have you here. This is definitely not my favorite. It's one that it might be one of my last ones that I get, unfortunately. It's neat. It's
it's
cool,
not my
but
favorite, but like I at least think like it fits well with like the lore of the class. Whereas like for example with the machinist one, I just didn't feel like it fit that well because I mean you have like a bloody robot as like your level 80 ability, and you have this like
double
boring
barreled,
like
like, or ornate, like, shotgun.
cowboy era esque shotgun, and it's like okay.
That's true. You know what? That's true. And the machinist weapon, I'm not here for. I'm definitely using the Heaven Sword for machinist. I don't see myself using the current relic for glamour, but for ninja, I mean, you still have
I
the
don't know if I'd use
Sasuke's
it
blade
over
Seda, which
your
is so good. Sorry.
over the one that you just showed me. I don't know if I would use this one, but I still think like yeah, it's nice. Like some people would want that. They'd want that like glowing green, like poison esque
And I
look.
think
So
that's super good for them. Like, honestly, I really think that I'm happy that they can get that fantasy, which is one that this weapon does fill, I think. It'd be cool to see, like, if it was, like, dripping poison as, like, little glass particles. And see, this is what I mean. Like, this idea could have been taken even further. Like, imagine, like, little crystals, like, falling off of it, like, shimmering little bits, like, little poison crystals. That would have been
wow,
so cool.
that would
Sorry?
have been. I agree with you. But yeah,
Oh.
we can move to the other one next one. I give this one a. Eh, it's like a I don't know like a I don't, what do you even like a maybe like a warm
Rotting stick in
maybe
the forest. Rot.
for me it's a lukewarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next one right after, which is the Dragoon. And so this is a boot.
Giant purple
This is
stick.
a rot. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's like, I see nice things about it. It's just like, it is a different type of spear. It has a silhouette that is unique because it has like the like big, more pronounced, overstated, like, I don't even know what to call them at the top. But I'm
Yeah.
like,
What are those? Like it's not like
I don't know.
I
I
don't
have
know.
seen it in weapons before, so I totally think that it's a unique silhouette. My problem is that this glow is giving. It's not giving me that feeling. It's just like when I look at the warrior weapon, I'm like, bam! That's like, oh ho ho. And like the silhouette of this spear could do that because the warrior silhouette did that. It's very similar. It's a very bulky, very powerful, dominant silhouette. But I feel like the glow almost betrays it, which is funny because this is the same glow as like the Dark Knight's weapon. But but I'm not here for this. This is not doing it for me at all. Which is weird because it's just like you're combining the Dark Knight glow with the strong dominant warrior silhouette, and I'm like, you'd think I'd love it. But this is one of my least favorite weapons, oddly enough. I think a lot of people will like it, but for me personally, I'm leaning back to the Heavensward one or the Pyros, which was just very particly, like, very shimmery, very shiny. Pyros weapons from Stormblood were very shiny, but for Dragoon, I'm I'm back at the Heavensward relic with the dragon, the like light dragon on it.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting. I can definitely see many people liking it. It's not like poorly done. Obviously, there is a
No,
great
it's not.
level of attention to detail here. I just I don't know. It's just kind of underwhelming to me. I've seen cooler spears in this game.
Much cooler, which I again, I can't say it enough. I don't know why I don't like it. I should. The glow is the Dark Knight. It's the silhouette like warriors. I'm unfortunately going to need to give it a rod. I think that there is so much good with it, but it's just not doing it. I don't know. It's just not for me.
For me, it's a rod. I don't even like what the end of those, like what the weapon looks like when like it's got like those like weird like guards on the side, and it almost looks like they're like too far up, and it's gonna like block part of the blade or something. It just doesn't look. I don't know. I
It
don't
might.
like it.
Some of the Dragoon animations
It's
are
unusual
a
for me.
little like slashy, so yeah, I could see that. But mind you, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as a rod. It just doesn't work for me. Sadly, I wish I could say otherwise, but nope.
Yeah, for me, it'd be a little bit above that, but it's definitely not my favorite. Meh, lukewarm.
Hmm.
All right, so it's a giant glowy katana.
Samurai.
I mean, like it's kind of I don't know. I mean, it's not the most imaginative thing, but it's cool. It's cool, definitely. I mean, if you're playing a samurai, you're playing it because you want a gigantic, cool-looking katana. That's what this is.
There's bigger ones. There are more ornate ones. I think that this is.
There are better-looking ones, like the one your friend had. There's like some like other fire one. I think it was from Eureka. I think that one was actually better
Pyros. Oh my
looking.
god, Pyros was so
The
beautiful.
Pyros katana,
Beautiful, yeah, with the shimmering effects. Oh my god, it is so beautiful.
but like this isn't bad. Like it's just
It's so
not as
understated to me.
cool as like some of the other ones that I've seen.
It is
So
so
like I don't know.
so understated, which I think is my
I feel like
problem. It's like if I'm grinding a relic, I don't want to grind it to just be outshined by something else. Like to me, I have been doing, and you know this, like a lot of Delubrium Regane I have been doing on Samurai because you bring Lost Rend, you do so much DPS. It really takes advantage of my 10 DPS buffs for the honors that I grinded out. And
oh
still,
yeah.
this is like one of the last weapons on my list to get because I'm like, it's not something that I see really myself being excited for. It's very dark, which is cool. It's a neat aesthetic idea. I see where you come from with the aesthetic idea. It's meant to be like an evil, like black demon blade, which makes sense. But the crystal effects are so understated. The glow is so understated. An Ifrit katana is more
I'd agree.
overstated than
I
this.
can't even see the. I can't even really see the crystal one. They're so small.
They're just around the handle, just right before it,
Oh yeah,
and
no, yeah, I
they're
guess you can see that one. Yeah, when it
they're
rotates here, yeah,
so
you can.
tiny. They're
They
so
just don't pop.
understated. Nothing about this
Like
pops. Like an Ifrit katana literally stands out more than this. A katana of the
yeah,
realms
so
stands
like
out more than this. A
hmm,
Suzaku's katana stands out more than this. Like right now, my favorite katana is Byaku's. And like compared to
you know what?
Byaku's versus this, I will go Byaku's every single time.
You know, it's still a good looking weapon though. It's just compared to like the other relic weapons that we have and that we've talked about today, it's just kind of underwhelming. So
My
I
favorite
think
part of
with
it is the
that,
sheath.
hmm,
Like look
I
at that
actually have
beautiful
trouble.
sheath. That
Uh,
sheath is beautiful. The weapon itself, though, I'm like, it's so understated. Almost any crafted weapon does more for me than this. I think that it is beautiful. Like you can see the runes in it, you can see like the beautiful shimmering effects, but like I feel that
the
this
sheath
isn't doing
just
enough.
looks kind of it's just like leather. Just
Yeah, but it's like a nice, beautiful, detailed leather. Like you can see clear details in there, like with like the like.
true.
It's so
But like,
detailed,
come on, Cole. This is a relic weapon. I want to see it glowing.
dude. If they did
It's
that,
gotta
that
have
would be
some sort
so
of glow
cool.
or something on it, you know?
That would be cool too, because it's like I'm thinking
Yeah.
like I just can't like this. I'm trying to. I'm trying to think of positivity, but like this is literally like it's giving me like Scholar Relic vibes. It's just like this doesn't look complete. It's giving me Machinist Scholar. It doesn't look complete, and it's just like you can be like, okay, do you just not like understated because you're saying something similar with Summoner? And while the summoner is understated, it does look complete. In fact, I would rip out the Walmart crystals. But it does look complete.
Yeah.
Whereas this just, I'm looking for more. I'm looking for, like, are you gonna have like a ton of hovering crystal effects? Like, it feels like this is a preliminary stage to the actual final. It doesn't look good to me, which is why I'm
Now
gonna
that
give
I
it a
look at
confident
it,
rot. What?
yeah, you know what? Now that I look at it a little bit more, I'm like, the crystals don't really seem to pop. Like
Not at all.
it is like it's like it's just still a nice looking weapon. Like it's obvious they put effort into it, but it's
Oh, I
just
agree. Like,
it just doesn't do it for me. Like even just look at that, like the sheath for the sword, and like it's not even like glowing or anything. Like if you want to like compare, for example, when you have the red mage relic, like you have your like focus here, which is like incredibly detailed, but there
okay,
you
so
have
I'll
the
swap
sheath,
into game footage.
just like you have
Yeah.
your red mage focus here, and that's incredibly detailed. But with that, like the sheet, it
Yeah,
just
pull
looks like
out that
leather. And while it's
focus.
nice leather, like when I want to see it glowing. I want to see some effects there because this is a relic weapon when you take it out.
So
So
remember, I'm telling
for
people,
me,
because remember, I've been grinding this out at a very quick pace. When I'm saying like a shoot, I'm saying like this is worth you doing like 20 hours of your time to grind this weapon out. Or more, probably. For a lot of people, it will be a lot more because I've taken a lot of shortcuts like party finders and optimization. Like,
it's definitely
when I say a shoot or hot, that's me kind of saying like, yeah, you should do like 20 hours or whatever grind. I don't know if it's actually 20. Someone else will have to do the math. I didn't. I did the guide. My guesstimate is it might be that much from complete start to complete finish, but like the red mage weapon right now, even though he's running around, is absolutely worth it. This samurai katana, pick up a Byakko one. It's better in my opinion. But again, if this is your style preference, go for it. But like,
honestly, it's
I can't in
for
good faith
me.
say it's good. It's not me.
My recommendation would be, I don't have that much time to play, so I'm not going to be getting that one. The only reason I would grab it would be if I was doing, end game
Completion.
content and I
Oh yeah,
absolutely
or that.
needed the strongest stats, then I go for it. Or just if I just had time and I wanted to complete everything.
Like, I don't think it's an ugly weapon, like as you said before, but like, man, can I tell
There's
someone
better
in
ones
good
out there.
faith spend 20 hours of your time to get this? And it's like, I can't. That's ultimately what goes through my mind. It's like, is it good? Yeah, but when you can pick up like a Tsukiyomi, oh my god, the Tsukiyomi, I think it's called the Tsukiyomi Moonlit Chokuko or something like that. That is so good. That is so good. And so it's like, I look at this and I'm like, I can't do it. It's got to be a rot for me.
And I agree. This one it's a rot.
Which I guess what we've covered all of them now because I'm thinking we got all the tanks, we got all the healers, we just did all the melee DPS, range DPS, magical DPS, and so I guess that brings us to the end of the video as he runs away on the dog. So yeah, that's kind of like our thoughts on like the relic weapons. Actually, I'm gonna like end this on like warrior because I am actually in love with this weapon. This is so good. We're in red mage. We match. We're very red.
We are.
Love this. I love this. Actually, I should like get into like this UI mode. Like this is such a cool combo of weapons. I mean, we're gonna do like a ranking video, but like, what would your top be? Like, choose your top
Um.
two, or top three if you
Okay.
really need to, but choose your top two.
Well, warrior, gunbreaker, and white mage.
Mm-hmm. And see, so for me, I would
Red mage
go.
would be four.
Red mage is so good. Red mage is so good. I'm thinking, what would mine be? Yeah, Gunbreaker, Warrior are so good.
They are.
Let's see. Warrior is easy one. I'm just gonna show off the Warrior. Show off the White Mage now, since that was the top.
Sure.
Oh yeah, Dark Knights was so good. Like the tanks are so good. Like this is incredible.
Love how you can dye it too. Like, look, I made it. I just dyed it white, and I think it's better looking now.
Oh, it's so good. And that's not even a pure white dye, is it?
It is.
Oh, isn't it shinier? It might just be the darkness. That's how good these glowing effects are. Oh god, another winner? Easily Gunbreaker. Like, the tanks won so much. Dancer was also a huge winner. Like, Dancer, that was breathtaking. So, really, my tops are gonna be, if I had to choose my absolute tippy tops, yeah, Gunbreaker, Dark Knight, and Warrior. I don't like Paladin, but I mean, if it's the absolute two tops, I struggle to choose a second. I think it's Gunbreaker, Dark Knight, and Warrior for me. Those are going to be my tops. Absolute tippy tops. So yeah. Do you want to say the top rot of the week?
I think it has to go to the Machinist.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I just look at that. I'm just like, this is underwhelming. It's. There's
they could have done
options.
so much more with it. Like, I mean, triple the size of these, like, funnels, and it would be so cool. Or Scholar. I cannot get over this. I have tried. Oh, I don't even have that book on there.
Ooh, that one's really good looking.
Yeah, that's from Stormblood. I showed you this earlier. This is Stormbloods.
I know. I'm just being silly.
Oh. Oh my god, or this one. This was from an earlier step of the Relic. Look at this. They have a butterfly book here. I didn't even bring this up before. Look at the butterflies on it. Like, doesn't this look like better than the final one?
Yeah, and that fits really well with, you know, like the whole lore of like the scholar interacting with fairies.
You mean with like bringing out Seraph like this that comes down in like a flurry of fairies and angel wings and stuff?
Yep.
Which, I mean, causes me immense pain. I forgot to even bring that up before. My god. And then.
But yes, Walmart book. Walmart book is
Oh my god!
We're gonna return that to Walmart.
We have to.
I hope you have the receipt.
My god, I do too. Where did I even put it? See, I literally like threw it somewhere in my inventory. I literally actually did. I cannot get over this symbol, and it looks like it needs to like freshen up. This is actually my top rot of the week, like the rottiest of the rot. So yeah.
I do think Machinist is worse still. Because the main reason being is I think that, you know, the whole aesthetic of like the way this book is laid out fits better with the class lore of the scholar than the Machinist weapon fits with the lore of the Machinist.
Flowers. Remember,
like, at least it's still like
ability
nature.
Used to be
The
called
scholar's
leeches.
kind of associated with nature, right? And if you were to look at like, I don't know, the zone that all like the fairies are from in like Shadowbringers, like what the heck is that zone called?
These are different types of fairies. Those are pixies. But for me, I love the book. That's one thing I'm gonna say is like I like the book, but the freaking Walmart symbol. I would literally pay to get rid of this.
It's ugly. It's ugly. I don't like it.
Don't like. No like. And it's like I want to see like a final evolution of this, just like the other one. What's the next step of this? There's got to be something more, but I know there isn't. So I'm like,
yeah.
Shoot. But anyhow, that is all I have to say. Oh,
to be fair, like there are some good-looking books, but like, is it not hard to make like, a book look like amazing compared to like a gigantic greatsword?
Okay, rip off the butterflies. Take these butterflies off of his weapon that I'm zooming in on, and literally plop them on top of this book. Rip out the Walmart symbol. Put like just stand still with that weapon.
I like my butterflies.
Take the like.
Get away from that.
Yeah. Exactly. I want them, and rip out this like grapevine thing here, and stick it in the book, and then bam, that would make this infinitely better. Rip out this Walmart things as you do that.
It would be, but it's never going to be a gigantic greatsword with like a literal like sun in the middle of it. But anyhow, maybe we can wrap it up there.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We are gonna do a like super condensed like 8-minute rundown of this with a rankings list like later, but this is like our full thoughts on it. And so yeah, there's the full relic collection, and I hope that this gives a lot of people ideas or inspiration to farm out the relics. A lot of these are breathtaking. A lot of these are really beautiful. Like look at that white mage staff. That is stupid good. But yeah, here's hoping that Scholars gets a buff. I know that's unrealistic to hope for, but man. Actually, I'm gonna end this on the Gunbreaker because sweet. Oh my god, I love this. I love this weapon so much.
We'll end it on White Mage because I like this one slightly better than the Red Mage.
Which is, it's beautiful. Oh my god, it's beautiful. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Do you have any parting words?
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and throw a relic weapon at that subscribe button, guys.
Cat Daddy, that's
Peace out.
Oh, and
Yeah.
before I forget, didn't his breathing sound so much better in this video?
Yeah, I know it's amazing. I just played with my mic a bit, so hopefully that'll be a little bit better in the future.
Yes. So take care, everyone, and hope to catch you next time.
All right. I'm okay, everyone. You can hear. All right. Catch you next time.
See
Bye-bye.
you.